Do you feel stuck or struggling to come up with creative content ideas to promote your digital product, either as an affiliate, as a coach, or as a service provider or course creator? You frequently run into writer's block and have no idea what to talk about to communicate to your audience in order to generate lead and sales to your digital products. In this video, you're going to discover 7 proven strategies I use to never run out of creative content ideas or get the writer's block when it comes to creating content and communicating with my targeted audience to generate lead and sales to my digital product. And if you stick through to the end of this training, you're going to get to discover 2 extra bonus strategies that will help you to never ever run out of creative content ideas to be able to attract, nurture, and monetize your audience into sales for your digital product. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is TYPRENEUR. I'm an attraction marketing and organic lead generation coach, and this channel is all about helping you start a profitable online business and showing you proven strategies on how you can be able to get more eyeballs, visibility, traffic, lead, and sales to your digital products, either as an affiliate, as a service provider, as a coach, or selling any digital products on the internet, leveraging proven social media marketing strategy.
Right. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the strategies and the system I've been able to use to do that, and how you too can also start doing it for your business, never running out of content ideas, not just content ideas, never running out of marketing content ideas that can actually attract your targeted audience to you, help you nurture them, and help you monetize them into lead and sales for your business. So as we all know, content is key to communicating with your targeted audience to either persuade or influence them to try out your products and services or becoming a customer. But without content, without creating content for your audience, they won't be able to read your mind and know what your product or services is going to be the best for them. Literally, nobody can read mind, even in the physical plane. Nobody can be able to read your mind if we do not communicate and actually have a conversation on a specific topic. We're all going to have disagreement on that topic. We're going to know that we have common interests or we share the same value. This is what content is doing between you and your targeted audience. Now, in this training, we're going to look into different strategies that can actually help you maintain effective communication, which is content with your targeted audience, to actively attract, nurture, and monetize those audience into lead and sales for your digital products, either as an affiliate, as a coach, product creator, or selling an MRR product, master resale right, or monthly recurring offer forgot you. To kick things off, let's first of all talk about the goal of your content. So what exactly is the goal of your content, and why do you create content every single day? So the first thing you need to know is that the goal of your content is not always to make sale. Now, you still make it sale, but it's not just the monetary sale. So the goal of your content is to first of all catch attention from the targeted audience, then nurture those attention, and then convert those attention into lead and sales for your business. Now, the first thing we're going to know is that content is not going to automatically turn into sales, though content can lead to sales. Now, content is part of the marketing part because every business runs with 2 strategy. Because we are entrepreneurs, we are mostly doing everything on our own. As an entrepreneur, as a digital marketer, you are the marketing director, you are the branding director, you are the sales coach, and everything in your business. So this actually brings to the idea where a lot of people get confused that maybe just creating content is everything you need to actually get to grow successful business and start making sales. But the thing to notice is that content is just part of the marketing process of your business. Now, every business have 3 components to making it work. The first is the branding, which is how to deal with the experience, the feel, and the look of your business, and what you want people to know about you, how you want people to feel about your products and services. Then the second thing is going to be the marketing, which actually requires you talking about the products and the services to attract those people that might be interested in it. And when we're talking about the marketing part, this is where content actually comes into it, because content is a way for you to communicate to that targeted audience, to get them to be attracted to your brand, to get them to now see the branding of the business. Then after seeing the branding, these people are being nurtured to your business, then you can now move them to the sales process, which is the sales part of your business. So just to give you further clarity about that, that's how it works. Content is not going to automatically help you start cashing cow on the internet. So this is what content and connection does for you when it comes to your lead generation. So the first thing content is going to do is going to get people to be aware you actually exist, aware your brand exists, which is going to get the branding side of your business to become visible, to get people to start seeing, okay, this is what this girl is all about. This is what I can expect from this girl. Or I love her branding. I love her style. I love her energy and all of this stuff. Gets people to become aware that you exist in the very first place. This might be from seeing your content on other groups or coming to your profile, maybe you engage on someone's content that actually get those people to want to see your stuff, or you post a reel or a video on Facebook, and these people send to you a friend request. These are them being aware of you, and this might be from a content you post on your profile or you post on someone else's group. Now, the second part is going to be code. So content is going to start getting people to become colder to you. At the first, they now know that you exist, they know your brand exists and what it's all about. And now they started to get to understand you, if they even like you or not, which is going to get us to the next stage, which is lukewarm. So in the lukewarm, this is when people start engaging more with your content. These people are starting consuming your content and feeling more warmth to you and your brand. As you can see, it's all about the marketing part of it. Then after that, these people are more warmth to you. They are now giving you more support. They are even reaching out to you, starting this conversation again to see how you can help them. Then when these people are in the hot phase, this is where they become the lead and the people who are ready to buy your stuff. So lead content goes through a process. It doesn't just magically just start helping you print out cash. And there are different type of content to actually help you go through this process. And before the end of this training, I'm going to share some light about them to you and offer other further resources to help you understand that. So this is just to give you a brief summary about content before we start going into different ideas on how you can actually start creating it, coming up with content ideas for your business, not creating it. This is not about creation. This is about coming up with the ideas so you can actually start nurturing your audience. So this is the step from people knowing you exist to being cold to you, then lukewarm, then warm, then hot, and open to seeing your offer and becoming a raving fans for your business. This is what content can actually do for your business, if that actually makes sense. So let's talk about how you can never run out of creative content ideas to promote your digital product. Now, that out of the way, you've gotten to understand that content is just another word for communication, and nobody can be able to read math. So we have to put ourselves out here and talk to our targeted audience to get their attention, and then we can convert those attention and interest into an audience, into lead, and into potential sales for our business. So I put together 8 points on how you can never run out of content, and 8 strategy I'm using consistently to never run out of content ideas for my business. And in a sec, I'm going to be sharing that right now. So if so far this makes sense, be sure to drop make sense below. If it doesn't make sense, also let me know. Share your point. I'll be interested in seeing your views about content and artworks. So how to never run out of creative content ideas to promote your digital product. The first thing is you want to gain clarity. The first strategy to never run out of content ideas to promote your digital product, because when people are getting blocked, it's because they didn't work on the foundation. When you work on the foundation, when you have a solid foundation in the building is going to be strong. It's going to last and stand the test of time. But when you have a faulty foundation, the building is going to collapse in the nearest future. So this is the reason a lot of people burn and crash when it comes to content marketing, because they think it's a lot different. They think it's like a whole new thing, like a magical property that can actually get you sales and money. But in short, it's just communication. Simple. It's communication. It's not rocket science. It's just talking to the next person and getting them to better understand you, your product, services, and what it needs for them, which is just another word for marketing. So the first thing you want to do is you want to gain clarity on the type of business you want to build. And to do this, this is when we're going to the audience building and content strategy exercise. As I said, all buildings start from somewhere. The tallest building in the world didn't become the tallest building overnight. They started from the foundation, and from those foundations, they were able to build other buildings to support the structure of the building. If the foundation wasn't strong, it wouldn't support the structure and it's going to collapse. And the tallest building in the world is standing tall is because of the foundation. So, we want to go back into the type of business you want to build. It's not just hearing that you have to create content every day. Now, go and create content. But what type of content are you creating, and why are you creating content? Sometimes it's even better not to even do anything at all than when you're doing it wrong, because it's going to affect the reputation and the image of your brand. As I said earlier, nobody can be able to read mind. The only thing we get, the only thing we see is what you put out there. So everything you put out there is a representation of your brand. So when you put in content that is not speaking to your audience, spamming them, or even just whatever content that is not working with that, it being alliance with the offer, what you're selling, like you're posting memes, you're posting quotes and stuff that is not in alliance with the business and your aim of business. What you're doing is you are wasting more of your time than actually getting the results that you want. So this is why you want to define the type of business you want to build. And you can do this by going through an audience building and content strategy exercise. What it's going to do is going to help you gain clarity on the way you like to be perceived by your targeted market and your best communication strengths to create content for them. Now, this can be through the video, this can be written, this can be podcast. But the first thing you want to know is that you are the entrepreneur, you are the driver of your business, you run your business, and different ways work to actually get success in digital marketing space. You just have to figure out what's your thing and why are you doing it in the first place, and people you're trying to attract. When you can be able to get an idea and an in-depth clarity of these things, creating content becomes very easy. For example, you understand that you're creating content for one particular avatar, you understand the ins and outs of that avatar, the pain the avatar is going through, the struggle is going through. Now, when you want to create content, it's like, what do I say to this guy today? What am I going to say to this guy today? It becomes that chill, and it becomes less, you need less effort to actually get the stuff done. So when you figure out the type of business you want to build, then you want to go through the strengths you currently have. For example, I feel a lot comfortable when I'm camera, when I'm actually creating content. And this is why you might have seen a lot of my reels, a lot of my views, YouTube shorts and YouTube videos, or going live in my groups and all of these events, because it's become something normal to me. I've done it a lot of times, and it's not something I'm struggling with. And also, when it comes to writing content, I can be able to write more content. I do email marketing. I've done blogging in the past. So these are all experiences and stuff I have strength in, and I can be able to capitalize on that to grow my audience and my brand. Now, wherever you might be good at, maybe you might be good at talking, you might be great at podcasting, that might be your thing. But if you do not defend the kind of business you want to build, you're just following any adverse idea and just going and just creating content in hopes that maybe it's going to lead to sale without clarity, understanding why you're doing it and the type of business you're trying to build on the long term, you are going to be having a faulty foundation, and you're going to crash and burn, and you're going to run out of content ideas. So I know this is like the starting point is not giving you direct content ideas, but these are stuff that can actually help you never run out, as I said, never run out of content ideas. I'm not going to give you how to get 30 next content ideas, how to never. So your brain is going to keep on thinking on creative ways to actually help your audience get to see what you're all about and effectively communicate to them. So when I mean defining your audience, here is an example of how that actually work. So in here, this is actually my personal example. I did this, I think, a couple of years back, but I'm still using this exercise to be able to come up with content ideas. Now, this is actually my personal one. This is the workbook, the one we did in the recent content that says live workshop, which I did not so long ago in my group. And this template, the reason you are in business and the type of business you love to build, and how you love people to feel about your content, how you love people to feel about your marketing, and how you love people to feel about your business. Now, I've done this research, I've done this stuff, I feed them up. And when I'm creating content, people feel that way about my content, people feel that way about my brand. And I get to understand what I'm talking about is creating content a lot much easier and even much fun. So this is a template. You want to go through this stuff. I'm going to explain it in a sec, the reason why I want to go through this stuff. So you can see this is, I'm a human being and a creator. That's you want to write everything you love, everything you can live with, that everything that you're driven by, everything that inspires you. What are your habits? What makes you happy? What would you give? What do you eat? What makes you feel numb? Who notice? Who is afraid of? Then you want to also describe how your friends and your community see and perceive you. I know this is a lot for content and content ideas, but once you can go through this exercise, I bet you will never run out of content ideas. And not just run out of content ideas, you never run out of content ideas that's actually important to your targeted audience. Because you can create stuff, anybody can talk about anything, but if it's not relevant to your targeted audience and what they want to hear, you're going to be wasting your time. So this is why this exercise device is really prepared. And this is why this exercise is very important and something I advise you to do, and something we'll actually go through in the magnetic content that says workshop, which was actually a paid event. And I give out all of these documents and I walk through the people on the section on how they can be able to fill it out. Because even up to storytelling, if you've seen any of my content, you see that I love to share a lot of content. I love to share stories about my experience, about my past. The reason why I have a lot of stories to share is because I have a library of stories. And the library of stories is under this research. I've written the experiences I've had in the past, the peaks moments in my journey, the ups and downs. So when I'm creating content in the present, I can be able to pick from them. I can be able to share stories. I can be able to share with stories and connect with my audience much, much faster. Because as we all know, facts tells, stories sell. So these are all templates. So you're going to get to explain like what does posting my first content online looks like. How did I feel? What was it going through? What was the first step? All of these are content ideas for people who are not yet where you are. So once you have this exercise and you have all of this answered out, you can never run out of content ideas, and not just content ideas, content that actually matter. You can actively nurture your audience, you can actually connect with them and get them to see you as the expert and authority in your space while doing it in a way that you are happy about. So this is also something you can see. How do I want to make people feel about my content? How do I want to feel about my content? How do I want to be known for online? So the more information you have about this stuff, the more you can have an idea and circle around the type of content you're going to be creating. So people can be able to connect with you on that base. You're going to avoid the fear of saturation competition because you're going to be building your own magnetic brand. So this is stuff I go more in depth into in the magnetic content that says 2-day live workshop. So if you want access to that live workshop, we'll explain not just this the idea of how you can research and define your targeted audience, but also how you can feed this stuff, how to go through the exercise, and how you can actually start implementing them to create content for your business. So here is the end point of this for me. So these are like the stuff I can't live without. So when I'm stuck with content ideas, I do not have what to say or what I want to create content about. All I need to do is just come in here. I have a lot of story in here to actually help me create content. I have a lot of information about the people I'm trying to serve and the type of audience I'm trying to build. I know what I want people to feel when I create the content. So you can see I don't want people to feel about my content, motivated, inspired, give clarity and aha, make them feel confident, shift and change their limiting belief, fun and entertaining. So you can go to my profile right now and you can check most of the content. You're going to see they are going with this theme because this is already the idea of what I want my content to look like and how I want people to feel about it. So this is how I want to feel about my content: proud, valuable, helpful, excited. So how do I want to be known? Expert personal branding, audience building, story, and content marketing. So you can see once I have this in point, which is the target, I can be able to start leveraging this from content ideas for my business. So you can also see my big one in here. You can see the audience, which are the people that are most recipients to my offer. As you can see, the basic demographic, the age, the gender, the current occupation, location. You can see these are all people. These are information. Now, the more information I have about my targeted audience, guess what? The more I can effortlessly communicate with them, and the more I can be able to attract, nurture, and monetize them into a lead and sales. So this is a long exercise. This is a long exercise that actually goes hours. I spent hours in the live event to actually explain this in the past. So if you want access to the magnetic content that says 2 days live workshop, be sure to let me know. I'm going to send you more information about it. Not just this, you're going to also get to learn more about how you can use this into content ideas and how you can actually use those content ideas for your business and start attracting lead and sales for your digital product. All right. So as for that, that's the first way I never run out of content. Because once I go through the exercise, once I feel that out, guess what? I have an in-depth knowledge about my targeted market. I have an in-depth knowledge about the type of business I want to build. I have an in-depth knowledge of me, myself as a creator, and I have an in-depth knowledge of the people I'm targeting. When I'm looking for content, all I have to go there is that who am I helping again? What am I helping them do again? And what are they struggling with? Once I have this information, I have tons of content ideas that can be able to generate for those people to save them and be of service to that targeted market, if that makes sense. All right. So the second step, if you have any question, be sure to let me know in the comments. So the second step is going to be using the I.P.O strategy to figure out your unique niche to sell. So when it comes to create magnetic content that sell, you need to know your targeted avatar and the people and niche that can best identify and connect with you and your brand. Now, the fastest way to do this is using the I.P.O strategy. And what the I.P.O strategy means is identity for I, then P for pain, then O for opportunity. Now, for example, if you're a stay-at-home mom and you're trying to build an online business, your identity is going to be a stay-at-home mom. Now, the P in this place is going to stand for stay-at-home mom who is experiencing, and P stands for the pain you as a stay-at-home mom was experiencing that got you to want to start your online business. While the O is going to start for the opportunity that you discover that can actually help you get rid of that pain. And the O is going to be the opportunity. So in this case, when you do not know who you want to serve, because when you're creating random content, you are not serving anybody and it's hurting your brand more than it's helping you. Because as I said earlier, nobody can be able to read mind, and your content is another word of communication, which means you communicating whether you like it or not to your targeted audience, and they're having a view and perception of what you and your brand is all about from what you put in out there. So this is where you want to actually create content, not just any content. You also want to know the people who are going to be more attracted to you, and the I.P.O strategy is going to help you do that. So when you're thinking about creating content, you can know the best avatar and the best people in the niche that you can actually attract. For example, if you're a stay-at-home mom, which is your identity, when you create content for that stay-at-home mom, you can even go through the process, like what are the challenges, what are the pain, or what got you into the business in the first place. So when you start writing out those challenges, the pain, the things that you got into the business, the passion or the desire that you want to experience as a stay-at-home mom and having a successful online business, this becomes tons of content ideas, because now you have these ideas of the people that are best related to you or who actually have the same identity as you and have similar pain as you and who be interested in the opportunity which you have, which can be buying a digital product or working with you as a coach or what got you. So this becomes the easiest people to target. And when you create content, you want to save these people with your content. Understand these people, the identity, the pain, the opportunity. This gives you three points to draw content from, because you can draw content ideas from the identity. So I'm going to be talking to stay-at-home moms. What are stay-at-home moms going to be finding valuable? What would they find valuable if I should write content about this? Or what can I actually communicate with them that is going to be valuable to them? This brings an unlimited ideas into your head, because you start thinking on the person that I'm stay-at-home mom. What content is going to be valuable to me? Now you can reverse engineer that and start bringing that in batch, creating different ideas. Like I'm going to need how I can be able to save more time. I can be able to work with less time, or what can I be able to have to create videos, or how to put myself out there, or how to stop the kid from crying when I'm doing my work, or how to spare time. Like these are going to be questions you might be asking as a stay-at-home mom. What can I do? How can I do this with my business, or how can I get this done? And guess what? There are thousands and millions of people just like you with that same identity and pain asking those same questions. And you can reverse engineer that and use it into content ideas to promote your business and attract those people towards you, where you can further nurture them and provide them to see. And this is the second strategy, which is the I.P.O strategy. And everything I'm be explaining here is going to be in this document. If you want access to it, be sure to write content doc, hashtag content doc below. I'm going to send it to you after the session. So that's for the I.P.O strategy. So when you know the audience and business you want to build, you have an idea of the people targeting and what you want them to be about, it's going to give you an infinite amount of content ideas to use for your business. When you understand the people that are best identified with you and you can easily communicate with, it gives you an infinite ideas on how to create content or what to talk about to attract them towards you. So the third thing is going to be gaining clarity on your core offer. So we're going to go into the offer part. So you can see where you can never run out of content ideas. If you really think about it, it's actually pretty simple, because one, you have you and the business you want to build. Two, you have the people that identify with you, which is the audience. Three, you have the offer which you're selling. You can see these are different ways you can be able to spread stuff to talk about. You can never have nothing to talk about when you think about it in this way, because content is just communication, and you always have a lot to talk about when you're actually thinking about and breaking it in this step-by-step process I'm trying to explain to you right now. So the third is going to be gaining clarity on your core offer, which you're going to use to create the 4 to 5 major pillars of your offer. So every offer can be broken down into like 4 to 5 essential pillars. And each of those essential pillars is actually helping you solve or helping your targeted prospects and your audience solve or pain at a step-by-step process, which means they might be aware of some point or some step in the journey, but they might be having troubles in was it connecting the dots and moving from point A to point B, which your offer is going to help them do. So right now, I want to give them an inside view of how our offer can be able to do that and why they are feeling that pain by actually communicating that to them through the content. And this is why you want to get an in-depth understanding of your offer, how it's helping them, and what pain is eradicating from them. So understand the pain your offer is solving and desired outcome your audience will achieve with it, and then break it down into 4 to 5 important steps that they will need to go through to achieve the results they want and to get rid of the pain. Now, when you break down your offer into 4 to 5 pillar parts, you're going to address each of those parts as a content idea. Now, for example, my core pillars are offer and messaging. I'm all about helping you with organic lead generation and leveraging attraction marketing to generate more lead and sales for your business. And that can be broken down into one, offer and messaging, because you have to work on your offer. We have to figure out the best message that is going to help you attract those targeted audience when you start communicating to them through your content. So the second thing is going to be systems and structure. So we have to create systems and structure to hold you accountable and make sure you show up and doing the needed tasks to actually move your business forward. We're going to go into client acquisition process, which can then be broken down into even more process. Because when we go to client acquisition process, which is organic lead generation, this is what we're going to content marketing, this is what we're going to DM prospecting, this is what we're going to social media marketing. There's a lot of steps within that step on its own. So when we start breaking it down in this process, what we get to understand is that there are a lot of steps our targeted market is going to need to go through in order to get the solution that they want. And our offer is already helping them do this. So we want to give them an insight to what our offer is going to help them do further when they decide to take action with us by helping them with a piece of value, advice, or content within those areas and those core pillars which you know they might be struggling with, if that makes sense. So when you break it down into this way, you get to see that when you're addressing just offer and messaging, there's going to be a lot of questions we are going to be asking when it comes to offer and messaging. And in the end of this training, I'm going to give you an extra bonus on how you can even use this information into AI to quickly get answers to tons of content ideas and actually start creating. Never run out of content ideas, as I promised in the title, because these are the strategies you can actually use. It's pretty simple, it's pretty basic, but it's going to work 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now if you understand it, if that makes sense. So when you break it down that way, you can then even further break down each of those pillars into subtopic. Because when we talk about offer and messaging, on offer, we're going to talk about how to create a bulletproof offer, how to know if your offer is going to sell, how to promote your offer, how to create funnels for your offer, how to make sure you show your offer to the right people, how to convert more traffic to your offer. Like there's so many questions on the offers. I'm going to messaging. We're going to talk about how to create the magnetic message to attract targeted audience. What are the wrong type of message to create? Like these are all content ideas, as you can see. Content is just another word for effective communication. It's not rocket science, guys. So this is the easiest way to break it down. When you think about it this way, it becomes fun, entertaining, and exciting to do, because you know that what do I say to my audience today? It's not like that magical thing I need to do for my business every day to get see. Now, what do I do? I don't have anything to say. What is the next meme? You don't have a lot of ideas, and you can never run out of ideas. You will be like, I have so much ideas. What do I post today? Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? That becomes the place you're going to be and a place of authority. And that's where I want all of you guys to be. And that's where I actually feel when it comes to content creation. I do not stress it. It's that easy for me. So the fourth way we can also do this is by using the 6 magnetic type of content with the notional content system to come up with creative content ideas. Now, from my marketing over the last 4 years, I've come to discover that there are different type of content. So and not this is not just from just discovering. I also have learned from other people, from my coach and the people I've been learning from, because we learn every day, we grow every day. Nobody came up with all the information they have. So in the process of learning, I've got to discover that there are 6 type of content to actually make money, whether on Facebook, on YouTube, or what got you. And I believe this 6 type of content can actually help you do this very, very well. And these are the 6 type of content I do work through. And you can also start leveraging them to work with the strategies I've been explaining to you. Because once you break out the business you want to create, you break out the niche, which is the avatar and people you can best serve, you break out the offer into those core pillars and the way you can talk about them. Now you need a way to be able to compress the strategy into a step-by-step process and communicate the ideas to your targeted market. And this is where this type of content actually comes into play. And in the magnetic content that says live workshop, we dive in depth into each and every one of them. Because this is a live training on my profile and I'm working limited time, I cannot be able to break down each and every of this type of content. But if you want to have an in-depth version of them and an in-depth understanding of how they work and how you can be able to create them, be sure to let me know in the comment below. And I'm going to send you more details about the magnetic content that convert live workshop and how that can be able to help you. So when we're talking about the 6 type of content, the first is the belief shifting and storytelling. Now, when you're going through the define your audience chapter of things, I walk you through the storytelling part. And if you should check out most of my content on Facebook, you're going to see that I love to share stories, because stories And stories has been a primary instinct for humans. We have since the caveman age, people gather around fires and tell stories and adventure of their life, and people always pay attention to it. So the same thing in today's modern age, we just advance the technology, we're still human and we still work in that way psychologically. So when you're sharing stories with your audience, it's going to get them to be more connected to you, and it's going to get them to want to stick more with your brand and even root for your success because of the stories you share for them. Just like any movie you've seen, that's how it actually works. So belief shifting and storytelling content is when you go through some of your stories, your experience you've gone in the past, or some common belief your audience have, which is stopping them from getting the result that they want or stopping them from buying your product and services. So we create these stories, we share stories, we create this post to shift their belief and get them to stop thinking that way, to think another way that might be in favor of us and also in favor of them, because we are here to help them and our service and products are here to help them get the transformation and solution that they want. And some old beliefs might be stopping them from getting that transformation and taking that action that can actually change their life for the better. So when we share stories, when we share our experiences or the experiences of others, you get them motivated and get them want to take action and actually work with us or do the nearest thing we want them to do in our business, if that makes sense. So the second type of post is the direct and indirect offers. This is where we come to the promotional content. Now, a lot of people promote and promote and promote and promote, and they do not nurture their audience or do not give them more reason to want to be loyal to their brand and stick with them, than just being promotional and just trying to get amount they see as quick as possible. So they also have the you and personal content, which is the lifestyle, the hobby, interest, and passion. Now, the business is about you, and this is why when going through the defining your content and your avatar, your content strategy, we talk a lot about your interests. What do you love? What do you eat? What are you passionate about? Because you're building a business around you, which is called personal branding. So you have to share those interests with your audience and get to attract people who also share those same values, those same interests like you towards you, which makes them become more diehard fan, and you can easily get them because they connect with you on a personal level, if that makes sense. So this is why you want to go through this research, because it's going to help you a lot to understand who you are and the type of business you want to build, so you can easily share and communicate that with your audience so you can get them towards you. As I said, there's nothing like a magical content strategy. Content is just communication. And the more effect, the best communicator wins the most lead. This is how it works. If you can be able to communicate to your audience more, get them to see the benefits of your products and services and how that can be able to change their life and connect with them on a deeper level, you're going to get more people that is going to work with you. You're going to get more people that are going to get into become a lead for your business, and you're going to get more happy clients and customers in your business. It's that simple. Another type of content is the authority and technical post. So this is what we call the value post. When you see post more value posts to get your audience, that's the authority and technical post, and it's helping you position yourself as an expert and an authority in the space. And even up to live trainings, live events, even YouTube videos, these are all authority and technical videos because you're helping your audience solve a specific problem, like I'm doing right now with this content. This is an authority and technical post. It shows that I have a knowledge about this topic and I can be able to help you with it. And I'm also showing you how you can be able to get the result you want from it, making me be positioned as an expert and authority in the space. So this is giving goodwill to your audience and nurturing them. This is in the nurture type of content. So we also have the opinion and hot take because people are following you because of you. So this is why you want to share your insights, your opinion, what you actually think about, what you think is right, what you think is wrong, and stand for something. Because people follow people that stand for something. So you want to also stand for something and become a leader by sharing your opinions and hot take. And this is why you always see me talking about stuff I hate, stuff I like, and stuff I'm excited about in industry, or stuff I'm not excited about, to create a stand on where I am. This is what I am, but what I'm all about, and this is what I'm not all about. So I can also attract and repay people, because the content does two things: you attract a targeted audience and also repay people that might not be in that targeted audience if you can do it right. So the type of content is social proof and testimonial. And you probably wondering why am I explaining all of this type of content, so I can get to give you an insight about how it works and how I want you to use it in your business. Now, when you figure out those six type of content, now you already have the six topics you can talk about in a week. On Monday, you can create belief shifting posts. On Tuesday, you can create an offer. Or Wednesday, you can talk about you. On Thursday, you can give an authority like value post to help your audience. On Friday, you might talk about your opinions and what you read to like about the industry. On Saturday, you might share social proof of you or someone in your team. Now, this gives you different ideas on how to create content for your business. Now, working with the Notion system, what you're going to do now is, now that you know the six type of content to create to build the magnetic trap and actually start generating more lead. Now, what you're going to do is you want to spread this type of content into 6 days of the week. And once you understand your offer, you understand the niche people trying to serve, and you understand you and the business trying to build, filling this place becomes a lot easier because you can share a story that you know is going to help them shift a particular belief that they might be having because you know they have that belief because you've done the exercise and you have it in your documents, which is the defining the audience part of it. Now, you know an offer they might be interested in, and you know the offer you have and how that can help them. Now, you can talk about your offer on the direct and indirect offer post, if that makes sense. Now, you know you, what you're interested in about, what you can stop, what you can shut up about, and what are actually your passion. Now, you can also share that to 10 people who also share the same thing with you. And there are so many things you like. There's so many things you like about what you like. So you can always be talking about them every week. And authority and technical posts, this is when you go back into the offer, the pain these people already have, and get to see what can I talk about, what pain, what people can I address this week to help these people get rid of this pain and save them more. Opinion or not take, what do I hate, what do I love about this industry, and what do I want to talk about? Social proof and results. What have I been able to do this week, this month, this year so far, or what are the people in my team able to do? And you can share this to those people. Then after doing that, the Notion culture system is you spreading these types of content into days of the week, which is going to help you come up with unlimited amount of content very, very easy. All right. So what we can see in here, this is being spread over the 7th day of the week. Now I added one also journey identification. Not so important. It's actually the same with belief shifting. But just to make sure all the space are filled, that was the reason. So the thing we want to do is that you spread the ideas into Monday to on Sunday. So you can see in here on Monday is going to be, let's say, opinions are not sick. On Tuesday is going to be joint certification. On Wednesday is going to be direct and indirect post. On Thursday is going to be social proof. On Friday is going to be technical value post. Maybe you might go live and stuff. Then on Saturday, let's say belief shifting. On Sunday, you in personal. Now you can do this whatever way you want. What we're going to do with this is that on Monday, you can think about the opinion that you have to share this week for my audience. What is something in this industry I do not like or I disagree about? Now you can list them into 5 or even 7 or even 10 and just keep batch creating as much as you can remember or can think about. This joint certification, I didn't explain that. So the direct offer and indirect offer. Now you can think about what offer do I have? Because a lot of people are making this mistake of just just promoting content in their offer in their Facebook posts without actually saving their audience. It's actually like it's a jar. You have to build that savings before you can take from it. And when you're asking people to buy your stuff and promote an offer, you're asking them to, you're spending from that jar you've been building of goodwill. And this is why we're not just promoting every day. We also have to educate these people. We also have to share our opinions and thoughts. We also have to give them value. We also have to nurture them towards us. So when we ask, we can know that we've actually saved them and we are asking from that place we've invested in, from those seeds we'll be able to plant in the heart of our audience, if that makes sense. So this is also a rotation, the way you can be able to promote your content, to promote your offers consistently, while still building an audience and actually nurturing them towards liking, knowing, and trusting you and your business. So this can be a promo cycle every week. One offer, just might be direct or indirect offer that you're going to use to actually monetize your audience. Now you can think about the offer. This is why you think you break down your offer into 4 to 5 core pillars so that you can have an idea of what offer is going to be relevant for this week for me to promote, or what part or what angle of my offer can I be able to captivate on and actually use to promote my offer this week. So this gives you different creative ideas to come up for your business and actually start generating more leads and sales. Now, the same thing you can do for social proof. And the awesome thing about this is that you can actually do it into 5 and even up to 7. That you can plan a month's worth of content using this simple strategy. 4 in the opinion, 4 identification, 4 in direct, and you get what? You get 28 days worth of content on less than 1 hour if you can use the system. It's actually that simple. And get to see exactly why we've been breaking everything from step by step so that when you understand business you want to build, you understand the niche and people that is going to best identify with you, you understand the offer you're trying to sell, you can then be able to use this strategy, this type of content to never run out of content ideas to promote your business, to attract, nurture, and monetize your audience. Now, the fifth way you can also get ideas and never run out of content ideas is going where your targeted avatar is already ranking and looking for solution. For example, when you go to Facebook groups or you go to Facebook pages or YouTube channels, what you're going to see is that there's going to be a lot of people tapping and searching for answers to their questions or asking questions in those groups and community. So the thing you want to do is that you want to go to active groups and communities in your niche. Then you want to jot down the questions. Because as I said, content is just communication. Content is addressing your audience concerns. Content is actually telling them how your offer can be able to help them get rid of their pain, which means we have to know what their pain is. And the best way to know what their pain is to go to where they're already saying it out. And then we can not just use that for content ideas, we can also use that in our research in defining our avatar and the people we try to save, which can help us get unlimited amount of content ideas, because now we can get into their head, understand how they are thinking and why they think the way they do, if that makes sense. So the next thing is you can go to those Facebook groups, those pages, you can search for the questions people are asking, jot them down into a notepad or what got you, and you can think about how you can be able to answer that question creatively to help them get rid of that problem and be able to nurture your lead and audience. So the sixth type of ways to get unlimited access of content is to research your competitions and others questions in the industry. Now, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes the easiest way to get inspired is by going through other people's work. All of the greatest inventors in the world, they didn't magically come up with the greatest invention in the world. They were inspired by other similar invention or less or other creators in the past that got them to also work that part. So what you want to do is you want to go check out your other competitions and other marketers that are actually doing well in the niche, figure out what they're doing, what type of content are they creating, and why are people resonating more to their content. Now, when you're doing this research, you want to make sure that these people are the same niche with you, like they are doing the same thing with you, but they are doing it much, much better than you. So you can learn from them, you can see what is working and why that's working for them, and you can also test it to your audience to see what you're going to keep. Because there's no one strategy fit all. There's no one magical strategy. We are all adapting, we're all learning, we're all tweaking and seeing what's going to work best for our specific audience and our business we're running. So this is why you want to also do that, because if there are competition in your niche, it's a good thing. It means there's money in the niche, people are successful in it, and you can be able to learn a lot from them, so that one day you're also going to be the people who are going to be looking forward to get inspired and also get more content ideas for their business. So these are ways you can never run out of content ideas. If you want this document, drop content documents below, and I'm going to send to you after this training. Now, the seventh way you can never run out of content is using customer and business generated content. Now, you want to feel free to let your business and your customers help you with content ideas by sharing the stories of the challenges, the roadblocks, and wins you or your customers are experiencing in your business to build a relationship and connect to your targeted audience. As I said earlier, the storytelling type of content can be user generated in the sense that once you're on Messenger, you talk to people every day, you're running your business, you're going on course, there's going to be a lot of concerns you're going to hear. There's going to be a lot of questions you're going to get. And these are all things you can put back into your content to start engaging your audience and solving those questions and even those objectives for the next potential lead you're going to be getting by creating it as a content. So this is why storytelling is very powerful, not just for you, but also for your customer. Now, if you're working on something new in your business, you can also share this as content. As I said, content, communication, good content, effective communication, bad content, vague or ineffective communication. So your audience can be able to read your mind. You have to tell them what you are doing. So users generated content is a great way to do that. And what's going on in your business is also a great way to do that. Like some of the experience and encounter of the crazy people I see on Messenger, I can use that as content ideas. Or if you're working on your business or you just got to say you just got a new milestone achieved in your business, these are all type of content you can use in your business, and you can fit them into those 6 type of content. In this case, that is going to be that your testimonial and social proof, or this is going to be belief shifting and storytelling. So you see why I give you that structure, so you can be able to adapt each of these themes into this type of content, and you can never run out of content ideas to create for your business and start generating more leads and sales. So the 8 ways to never run out of content ideas is divine inspirational content ideas. Now, what I mean by divine inspirational content ideas is that good ideas can strike anytime, and that's why you need to be prepared to document them as they strike by going everywhere with a means to record them as they come. Now you might be in the bathroom and taking a shower, and an awesome idea might just strike you. Whoa, you need to do this right now, Terry. This is awesome. This is going to change the game for you. If you do not document that, you're going to lose track of that idea. And this is something you also want to do by working with a notepad or a journal, or working with your phone note app to be able to document these ideas as they pop into your head. And doing this can also help you get a ton of ideas. And even when you're talking with people on Messenger, on DMs, the questions you get in, you can start documenting and putting them into one resources where you can get access to potential content ideas to nurture, attract, and monetize your audience, if that makes sense. So these are like the 8 type of content ideas, the 8 type of strategies that you can use to never run out of content ideas. So to recap, let me go back to the start in short. So the very first is defining and having clarity of the business you want to build. When going to defining your targeted avatar, your business, the type of audience you want to build, are you able to filter your content, and answering all of these questions and going through the research to understand the type of business you want to build and creating the foundation for your content. So the second thing we talked about was the I.P.O strategy, which have to do with figuring out the niche and people that you can best attract to your business. So the I.P.O means identity, pain, and opportunity. Now you want to figure out what do you identify with. If you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're a baby boomer, if you are close to retirement or you just retire, these are identity other people share, and they also have the pain you might be feeling from that identity. Now you can communicate through your content to attract those people with that identity and start saving them, and then come up with tons of ideas to actually create content for them and stuff they might be interested in using that strategy. The third strategy we talked about was the gaining clarity on your offer, because it's what you're selling and you have to talk about it as we've talked about in the training so far. So to do that, you have to gain clarity of the offer. Then you want to create 4 to 5 major pillars and steps you know people are going to take when they actually purchase that product, either as a training, as a coaching, whatever that is, and start talking about the problems they're going to need or they're going to be facing each step, and how you can be able to solve it through your content to better get them to understand the benefits of your offer and what is in it for them when they actually do that. So this can give you access to tons of ideas by breaking them down into those 4 to 5 pillars and creating subtopic within those topic and answering those questions your target audience may be facing along these steps. The fourth is using the 6 magnetic type of content. And in this type of content, we talk about the belief shifting, the direct offer post, the you and personal authority, opinion, social proof, and all of this type of content, which is a framework on how you can actually start structuring the research from your avatar, the research from your offer, from the type of business you want to build, to the niche you're trying to serve, into a content framework that you can actually start creating for your audience to attract, nurture, and monetize them. And then we'll talk about using the Notion system to actually spread them across the week so you can batch create a multitude of content in less than 1 hour without getting overwhelmed or knocking your head in the wall, if that makes sense. Then after that, we talked about the fifth strategy, which is going to targeted Facebook communities and groups, documenting the questions people are asking, and then using it as a content idea for your business. We'll talk about how you can research your competition and check what they are doing, because if they are successful with it, obviously they are doing something right. And you want to figure out what you're doing, and so you can also adapt it into your business, create those type of content, and be able to generate more lead and sales in your business. We talked about customer and business generated content, which is all about how you can be able to generate lead and sales by leveraging what's currently going on in your business. Like you just made it's a new milestone, you met a shitty customer, or you had one of those bad days, sharing those stories and connecting with your audience, because you're human and we are in business to serve human, if that makes sense. Then the eighth is divine inspiration, which is the bathroom, the shower, the work inspiration and content ideas, and how you can use that. Now, a bonus content strategy is something Facebook just introduced. PC version, so I'm not sure if it's available on the PC or maybe it's not in my region. But when I'm working on the Facebook mobile app, on Messenger, or even on the main Facebook platform, you can get access to Meta AI, where you can ask this AI any question and it's going to help you out. So what you can also do is that with that Meta AI, you can ask those questions like from this targeted audience, this research you'll be able to get. You can feed those information to the AI and ask the AI on content ideas for this targeted avatar and content ideas on this targeted subject or this targeted steps. It's going to give you tons and tons of content ideas which you can use to promote your business. Now, if you want more training on that specific strategy on using AI, on using the Facebook free Meta AI to come up with content ideas, leveraging these frameworks and strategies I've been able to show you so far, be sure to comment Meta AI below. And I'm going to create another training specifically for that to show you how you can do that easily. So, guys, these are some of the eight strategy I use to never ever run out of content ideas, either on Facebook, either on YouTube, either on short form content or Reels. And these are something you can also use in your business. Now, if you want to get an in-depth understanding on how you can actually start creating the content, how you can actually start implementing, I did a 2 days live workshop, which actually walks you in depth on how you can do that. It's actually a paid event, costs just $49 with other extra bonus and coaching to help you master content creation and actually start generating more lead and sales by creating magnetic content. That's it. If you want more information about that, be sure to let me know in the comments. I'm going to send you more details about that. All right, so this is an extra tip on creating content that sells. Now, the first tip is going to be you want to write the way you talk. It's actually pretty simple, and this stuff I use every day for my business. Now, a lot of people have overcomplicated it because of maybe the gurus, the expert that is explaining that you have to post content every day because it's the blood of your business. If you don't post content, if you post every day, you're going to change your life. If you can post for 1 year consistently, you're going to change your life. It's making it to become a lot harder because a lot of people are posting every single day on the social media platform. But when you post the right content for 1 year, you're going to literally change your life. But when you're just posting memes, quotes, and stuff people are not interested in, guess what? You're going to be where you are. So this is just the hard truth. So here are some tips on creating content that sells. So the first thing is you want to write the way you speak, and you don't want to overthink this. Like you can see how I'm speaking right now on this live event. You can go check out any of my Facebook posts. You're going to see it's the same flow, the same energy, the same way I'm talking, the same way I'm writing. It's actually simple. It's not rocket science. Then the second thing is you want to write as if you're talking to a close friends, which is your avatar in your niche. So the reason you do the research, you define your content, you define your avatar, you define the type of business you want to build, is so you can have in-depth clarity about the people you're trying to serve, so you can effortlessly communicate with them. And now when you're communicating with them, it's going to be direct to them, if that makes sense. So another strategy you want to use is the hook, story, and call to action framework to structure your post from start to finish. Now, every post have 3 parts, which is the head, the content, which is the main body, and the call to action, what you want people to do. Actually, that simple. This strategy I've been working in the last 10 years. It's going to work for the next 20 years. Got you. So also when you're writing, you want to use the you and I. We write to your audience to make it more personal. This is actually a copywriting tip because when you write it to people, you want them to visualize it. Like when I'm writing, any post I'm writing, you can see you or I. If I'm telling a story, I'm using I. If I'm writing to my audience, I'm using you. So when they are reading it, it's going to be personal to them, not them or our or we. Like it's going to be general. We want people to feel connected when they're reading our content and feel like it was created for them. And the way to do it is by actually specifying you. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. Yes. So also write the content that way is going to change the game for you. So you also want to use enough white space to make your content more readable and easy to understand by your targeted audience, if that makes sense. So here are some of the extra tips to help you do that. Now, if you want to learn more about creating magnetic content that converts to increase authority, generate more lead, and close more efficacy, you can check out the magnetic content that converts to this live workshop. It's going to be in the document. So if you want access to the document, be sure to drop an hashtag content doc below. I'm going to send you this document, and I'm also going to link you to other resources and trainings to help you straighten your content game and actually start generating more lead and sales through the content you put out there and using attraction marketing.